Good.
Well, my name's Taylor, and this is Ben and Lauren and Arvin and Josh, and we're here today to tell you about my cup. Now, my cup is a plastic cup, and what it does is it detects if there is anything other than alcohol or normal liquid water, any type of medication or drug does not belong in a drink, it will detect it. Now, it's just going to be a plastic clear cup, but it's going to be really important since this is mostly college kids, all college kids, obviously, we're in college. So everybody raise your hand, everyone, all of us. Okay, so everyone put your hand down except for you. No, you keep that hand up. And you. Okay, so y'all leave your hands up. So according to statistics, these two looked away from their drink for a second at a party, because this is the speech party, and someone slipped something into their drink. So you can put your hands down. But we'll get more into that later, and we have that posted up. But first, I'm going to remind everybody to drink responsibly, because the most common date rape drug, according to people out there, is going to be alcohol itself. So overconsumption is very dangerous, but the big thing we're going to talk about more today and what this cup detects is other things that can lead to clouded judgment, could lead to poor decisions if you get out and decide you're okay and you start driving, all of a sudden you feel something that's not just the alcohol and you're in big trouble. It could also lead to an overdose if people don't understand exactly how dangerous it is. Even if you don't drink, you just want to have fruit punch, you want to be the designated driver. Rohypnol is odor-free, it's taste-free. They can put it in the Kool-Aid just as easy. They can put it in a glass of water just as easy. So it's very important for guys and girls all alike to have something where they can detect it and they can take care of themselves or their friends. We're asking for the $1 million for this, of course, because we want people to be safe. We want to sell this in local drugstores, grocery stores, and even though it may cause a controversy, we want to try to do the local stores on campus, because we know people are going to drink anyway. I know they could be underage, but if you're going to do it, at least be as safe as you can. Even if it's for non-alcoholic drinks. I mean, people under 21 can have the problems just as easily. But there are things that can be put in your drink, such as Rohypnol, which is what everyone calls the roofies. MDMA, which is a hallucinogen. Xanax can be put in your drink really easily, and ketamine, which is actually an anesthetic used by veterinarians, which is really scary that gets mixed with alcohol for some people. So definitely, we're just looking to get this cup out there for the safety of everybody. And I'm gonna give it to Ben. Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
it's okay.
Sweet. All right. So, how many of you guys have been to a party once in your lifetime? Raise your hand. All right. So, yes. So this cup will affect you. Will affect you guys. Imagine walking into a party, holding that cup, and you have the peace of mind that you're not gonna get date raped, right? Nobody's gonna slip a drug into your cup, right? So according to just over 14,000 ER visits, 90% of instances occurred when people were drinking alcohol. 1 in 13 college students were affected. That's the statistic. Looks like this. So as you can see, the majority of them are women, but the shocking statistic is that most of them were under 21, which is the drinking age. That's pretty scary. Next slide, please. And I will hand it over to Josh.
Okay. Well, the product, like she said, is a clear plastic cup, which can detect if someone puts any sort of drug in your drink, which should end up like this. And it's used because, or how it works is a thing called a litmus test. And it tests for acids and alkalines, which test for pHs, and there's sensors inside the cups that say you have water in it and someone decides to put a date rape drug in it. The pH sensor senses the certain drug, which causes it to change colors, and it should end up like this. So when you're drinking it and you know, you can pour it out, leave the party hopefully, and then warn anyone else nearby. So it just basically keeps you from being safe, and yeah, that's all I'm doing. Lauren, sorry.
Okay, these are the benefits of use that we see
see after my cup. Less hospital visits, as he explained before, there's 1,500 people going into the hospital because of drugs in your drink. That's not normal. Less sexual assaults. There's a lot of sexual assaults happening just because being drugged at parties, not knowing anything about it. Peace of mind. A lot of times people are drugged at parties. They don't like to go to parties just because of that. It creates a sense of security and reassurance for people involved. It's cheaper than you would think. We're going to cover that in conclusion, but we also have student discounts because we know it is a big deal in college. So that's all.
Alright, so our goal with My Cup was to make it available to anybody that chooses to drink alcohol. Right, and like Taylor was talking about, we do focus on college campuses because they tend to be younger and probably less experienced. They may not know to not leave their cup out where they can't see it. You can't just look at it and know that no one's putting anything in it. But aside from college campuses, this is a product that should be used everywhere. So we want to put it out there for people, and with the growing online sales, it'll make it that much easier to ship it all over the world. Alright, so we're selling it for $20 for a package of 5. It comes out to $4 for a cup. Now it seems kind of high, but it's hard to put a price on peace of mind. We think that people are willing to pay a premium for something that will keep them safe. I would liken it to insurance. Insurance is something that everyone buys, everyone pays for, with the hopes that you never have to use it. So like our cup, we hope that you never see it turn, but you know that it's there just in case something is put into it. You know that it's going to work for you, and that you're not going to have to take one of the ER trips that we talked about. So the Dark Container Company is a company that owns probably the most well-known cup called the Solo Cup. I'm sure everybody knows what that is. Now they bought them out back in 2012, and the Dark Container Company is privately funded, so we can't get a hold of their financial statements. But when the Solo Cup company was before they were bought out in 2011, we were able to get financial statements from them because they're publicly traded. And so some of our information here is from 2011. Although it's late, I can still use it as a reference because it's probably the biggest competitor to our cup that we're using. Now, as it shows here, back in 2011, which was quite some time ago, the revenues that they posted with the SEC came out to $1.6 billion. And that comes out to about 5 billion cups. And this break even here kind of gives you an idea of how quickly you could get back your investment with us. Their profit ratio is 8%. That's pretty much industry standard for what we're trying to sell here. And so if you look here, 8% falls in between 5 and 10 here. And we came out to, if we sell, it's about 290,000 cups per year, you'll break even over those 10 years. And anything over that is just profit. It sounds like a lot, but when you think about 5 billion cups sold just by the Solo Cup, 290,000 isn't much. And if you're investing with us, it's also important to us. We decided to come to this company because we wanted to help you. And this is the way we can do that. So not only could you make money, you can also kind of feel better that you're helping society. Is there any questions?
Any questions? Mute.
How is this better than the nail polish that already exists?
This is good for any gender. Men are not going to go to a party wearing hot pink nail polish, dipping their fingers in the drink, seeing if it turns blue. I mean, it might be a fad someday, but today we just want something kind of subtle like a cup. Anybody can use it. All right, anyone else?
So are these cups like reusable? Like, could I use the same cup for a year if I don't do day
They
rates?
are not reusable because the scenario is this: say you have a drink and it has been detected there's something in it, and you go and you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna toss that out, rinse it out. It's not as easy for it to change again once. What if you get roofied again? Or what if you may have thought you got roofied again because it's the last drink you had? It's just too risky to do different cups, or to do the same cup, because different cups you just get a fresh start every time. Either it's gonna have something in it or it's not. And if you try to reuse it, it could possibly work, but it's just as far as like legally, I wouldn't do it. Just don't do it. Okay. Anyone else?
Where are y'all selling this stuff? Stores, online?
We are selling the cup. Hopefully, we're gonna sell them at local drugstores, your Walmart, Walgreens. Around here, there is, I believe, there's a couple Walmarts up the street that will be having them. We are trying right now to have them sold in local stores on campus. Like I said, it kind of promotes drinking, which is not so cool, but people are gonna drink anyway. College kids are gonna go to parties. It's what they do, and so you'd rather hear about people drinking responsibly than the students going out there doing it anyway and having something put in their drink and they have OD. You wouldn't believe the amount of students that end up having to go to the hospital because of this. Good question. Yes, ma'am?
It's so expensive.
It's so expensive because of the technology needed to put in the cup. And it's gonna be for a package of $6, $20, but you don't have to go to, if you wanna go to that many parties in a week, that is fine by me, but, if you just take a package of 6 and you go, you keep them for, an emergency, even if, like, if you hang out with friends locally and you drink, if you trust the people, that's fine, but just for peace of mind, you have 6 cups at your house, you're going somewhere, you don't know everybody, you don't know who's gonna be there, you feel a little iffy about it, you just take 1 cup, 1 for your friend, and it's good to have. So.
How much does each cup cost to make?
Each cup costs to make. I believe when we did the math, it was going to be about $3 to make the cup, $2 to $3, and that's just because we compared it to the solo cup, and then we looked at the pricing of like the fingernail polish that's used. We looked at other pricing. There was a company called Drink Savvy, and they had the idea, but they just didn't have the funding, which is why we're looking for the $1 million. So they had a good thing going, but we do need the kickstart definitely, and that's going to help us a lot. But it's going to be we are going to make a profit from $5 a cup or $20 for 6.
Do y'all have a patent?
We're working on that. Josh is. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you said that you would reuse it if it does change color, but what if it doesn't change color?
If it doesn't change color, that's totally fine.
Oh.
If it doesn't change color, nothing's happened. There's no chemical reactions going on just yet. So I wouldn't have to change it out for every drink. But if you're at a place and your drink does change colors, I would start questioning where you are.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't change colors, yeah, you can have another one. Pour it in there. Anybody else?
Any more?
Okay.